Hey, welcome back for another installment of Ron's Bass Lessons. This is Rockstar by Nickekback, and it's in the key of G, and it's not a typical progression, but it's not real complicated, but it definitely is more of a sort of a rock song than a classic blues type progression. It starts off with the acoustic guitar, and it does a one, I think, half of a verse or a third of a verse intro, and then the bass comes in. The bass comes in with a little lick, okay, and it's on the 3rd and 5th fret. You're starting on the octave of the G on the D string, and you're going from 5 to 3, and you can either hit the open D or you can hit the closed D on the 5th fret on the next string up. I like the closed D because you can control the ring out of it, because you can immediately mute it, which you kind of want to. So, and then it's open 3/5 on the A string. So, and you can do the same thing with the open D string, just mute it with your right hand. So whichever one you want. So again, and I like to use that lick between the restart of the top of the next section of the verse. I also like to use it before the pre-chorus as well. And if you watch my my covers, you'll see how I use it. Just to reiterate, if this is your first bass lesson with me, I like to cover in an original way, so I'm looking to catch signature licks, but I'm not looking to copy every single trill and fill in that the bass player is doing. I know they sell machines where you can isolate the bass and you can pretty much clone that bass player, but my opinion is why, the verses are all the same as far as the chord progression. The first verse is I think the first verse is the longest, and I think the second chorus is the longest, if I remember how the structure goes. So the verses are just G, C, F, G, and most of the bass playing is pretty much octaves. Again, he's got a couple of little trills in there, but you're pretty much playing root notes and octaves. So the verse is G, C, F, back to the top. So since your bass line is simple, you're all about feel. So you can play around with your octaves. You can emphasize the root note, or you can just keep it clean and straight, or you can kind of pop up a little bit. Play around with it while you're playing with the song. See what what jazzes it up and jives the best for you. So G, C, F, and G, which really is just G, C, F. It just resolves back on the G, but it does actually hit all 4 chords, for a measure each before it restarts on the G on the verse. So that's why I said it that way. And then the pre-chorus, again, I like to introduce it with that lick. It's B flat, C, G. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the chorus, but it's just the B flat and the G. So the B flat and the C. Okay, and then the chorus is G, B flat, C, E flat, F. And I do have this all transcribed, so feel free to ask me. I can email it to you. I put it at the front of the video in the cover, so if you can see it, and you can stop it and screenshot it or whatever, you already have it. So the chorus is back to the top. So it's G, B flat on the 1st fret. And there's an optional sort of lick you can do in the B flat, which while the B flat is still playing to transition into the C, I go. So I'm on the first fret on the A string. Hit it a couple times, and then I slide into the C. I'm sorry, slide into the D on the fifth, and then down to the F on the D string on the third fret, and then you do the C chord. So again. And up to the E flat on the 6th fret, and then the F on the 8th fret. And then at the end of the chorus, it's B flat on the 1st fret, C and G. I want to be a rock star. And the bass player hits the octave of the G, which is on the 15th fret. I've also seen some people cover it for whatever reason, where they like to hit the octave on the when they're doing the G, they like to hit it on the 10th fret. I don't know why. It's the same note as you got down here. I don't know why you need to move all the way up, but people do it. So anyway, so it's hey hey, I want to be a rock star. And then the second time it's just the guitars. Of course, your band can decide to change that and keep the bass in there if you want. The other part is the bridge. It's after the second chorus, which is one time longer than the other chorus. I think there's 3 choruses in the song, and the middle one right before the bridge is one time through longer than the others. So the bridge is easy. It's E flat to B flat, E flat, C, F. So E flat, C, and you'll hear it play with the record. They stop on the C and then they pretty quickly change to the F, and it's a stop. And that's where you get the sort of the restart, where it's only guitars for the next verse, and then the bass comes back in with the chorus. Okay, and I'm just checking my notes here to see if there's anything else. Nope, that's it. So yeah, and when the bass comes back in on the last chorus, it plays through a regular chorus, and then it just ends just the way it ended the other chorus. B flat, C, G, and then the instruments without the bass finish the song. So that's pretty much it. It's nice because the structure stays pretty regular. So once you get a piece, you're pretty much good in that piece through the whole song. So thanks for watching. Take care.